Welcome again, AI Crypto fam, for another Crypto News Week in Review. Let's get it. Sam Bankman-Fried, the FTX founder with a penchant for crypto controversy, has been found guilty on all 7 counts against him. With a potential prison sentence of up to 150 years, it seems he won't be making any bullish trades anytime soon. It's a tale old as time, or at least as old as financial fraud itself. The 31-year-old, armed with Ivy League lineage, a degree from MIT, and a shady-ass mother and father that were just as involved and guilty as he is, and now SBF is now the one holding the bag, as he faced charges ranging from wire fraud to money laundering, all related to the spectacular collapse of FTX and its hedge fund sibling Alameda. And in the end, it was a battle of former buddies turned foes, with SBF's close associates and roommates testifying against him. The jury wasted no time rendering their verdict, much quicker than your average crypto transaction. As the verdict was read, SBF, sporting a purple tie and a black suit, remained calm as a hodler in a market dip. But the real plot twist was when SBF took the stand during the trial. It turns out that this wasn't the best move, as his defense strategy seemed shakier than a volatile altcoin. And let's not forget that memorable moment when he bitched about the absence of his Adderall fix, not the kind of performance that inspires confidence. Now all that remains is the sentencing, where our protagonist faces the possibility of a lengthy stay behind bars. As for his defense's performance, let's just say it wasn't on the level of O.J. Simpson's legal dream team that was led by the late great lawyer Johnny Cochran. In the end, it's clear that the Justice Department has a message for those who try to hide behind shiny new technology to commit financial shenanigans. They'll track your ass down faster than a DeFi rug pull. Goodbye, SBF. It seems your journey to the moon has taken an unexpected detour into the bin. All right. Okay, Valkyrie. News like this continues to keep us Bitcoin bulls happy, as the SEC might just be ready to greenlight the long-awaited spot Bitcoin ETF. According to Stephen McClurg, the chief investment officer of Valkyrie, the SEC could give the nod as early as this month. But what's all the fuss about, you ask? Well, a spot Bitcoin ETF could be the golden ticket for crypto investors like myself. It's like a VIP pass to the world of Bitcoin without actually owning the digital gold. Firms like BlackRock, Fidelity, and more have been lobbying for years to make this happen, and it looks like they're closing in on their goal. The road to this ETF has been paved with concerns about market manipulation and pricing, which have held back previous attempts. But McClurg thinks these hurdles have been cleared and they won't be the roadblock this time around. It's a bit like crypto's own version of clearing the path to the moon. Bitcoin prices have been soaring, doubling in this past year, thanks in part to the anticipation of this ETF approval. In fact, investors like myself are betting big on it, and if it actually does get the green light, it could bring in billions of dollars into the crypto market. So what's next? McClurg predicts that the SEC will send some feedback in the next few weeks, followed by a potential approval of rule changes by the end of this month. If all goes well, we might see this ETF launched as early as February next year. But hold your horses, we're not out of the regulatory woods just yet. The SEC is still reviewing several spot Bitcoin applications, and they've been asking firms for more details on risk disclosures, how they'll use their indexes, and other nitty-gritty stuff. While optimism is in the air, some experts are reminding us not to count our Bitcoins before they hatch. Market manipulation and custody concerns are still lingering. Even though there's been progress, it's like the final boss battle in the crypto adventure. There's work to be done. McClurg and others believe that once the ETF is live, there could be a massive demand surge. He's eyeing about $10 billion in demand in the first few weeks, while others dream of a whopping $50 billion flowing in over the first 5 years. In the end, with Bitcoin having just a few short months away, a Bitcoin ETF approval before year end could easily take Bitcoin past 50K. Stay tuned, fam. And if you're still not convinced, I'm not sure this tab. Okay, yes, there we go. And if you're still not convinced about Bitcoin surge, let's hear MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor and his bullish stance on Bitcoin in the CNBC interview the other day.
Joining us is the founder and executive chairman Michael Saylor, along with our own Morgan Brennan. Michael, it's always good to have you. So you don't think you have enough exposure? You have, 158,000 Bitcoin holdings in MicroStrategy? You want more?
You can never have too much Bitcoin. We're big Bitcoin bulls. Our
Agreed.
thesis is that Bitcoin is digital property, but without the risks and liabilities of commercial real estate. It's a digital commodity without the risks and the liabilities of gold. It's a digital tech investment without the risks and the liabilities of big tech. And so we're bullish.
So am I, and so should you.
Forget that you're like an enterprise software company, and I noticed that you're doing some new partnerships on AI with Microsoft, and I wonder if that kind of good news gets overshadowed, or any kind of news about your fundamental business gets overshadowed by just being a proxy for Bitcoin.
We're really excited about our partnership with Microsoft and AI. We're the first BI company to put AI into our product line, and it provides great artificial intelligence boost to our business intelligence business. We're going to use it to grow the business by acquiring new customers, and also it's accelerating cloud adoption within our customer base.
Yeah, Michael, it's Morgan. And of course, that business also helps enable you to buy more Bitcoin. The fact that we have seen Bitcoin rally as strongly as it has over the past month, I mean, the SEC seems likely to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF after that key court loss. Does the introduction of an ETF help or hurt investor appetite for MicroStrategy specifically?
Well, I think it's going to help. It's going to accelerate adoption, and it's also going to accelerate institutional awareness and education efforts of Wall Street to teach the 99% of the investors that don't know about Bitcoin what it's all about. MicroStrategy is a differentiated offering. I think spot Bitcoin ETF is a great thing for investors, but we don't charge a fee. We use intelligent leverage, and we can generate a tax-deferred Bitcoin premium for our investors. So for people that are really long-term bulls on Bitcoin, we represent a pretty attractive option or alternative to a spot Bitcoin ETF.
Sounds like you think MicroStrategy as a stock is going to continue to command a Bitcoin-related premium then?
Well, if you're not charging a fee and you're generating a premium and you're holding it over the long term, then one would think that it'll be valued at a premium versus the underlying asset.
Michael, Bob Pisani here. Bitcoin is going to be having a halving next year. That's a rare event. Can you sort of educate the viewers on what happens when that occurs, and what, if any, effect that'll have on Bitcoin's price?
Well, most of the natural sellers of Bitcoin in the market right now are Bitcoin miners, and they have to sell to pay their electricity bill and their capital cost and retire their debt. That's about $1 billion a month worth of selling into the market. The protocol forces that to be cut in half as of about next April, late April. So you're going to see $12 billion of natural selling per year converted into $6 billion of natural selling a year, at the same time as things like spot Bitcoin ETFs increase the demand for Bitcoin. So that's why all of us are fairly bullish over the next 12 months. Demand's going to increase, supply is going to contract, and this is fairly unprecedented in the history of Wall Street.
Having a similar bullish stance as Michael Saylor, Robert Kiyosaki The man behind the legendary Rich Dad Poor Dad wisdom is back with more financial insights. This time, he's going in on the world of paper money addiction. In a recent episode of the Rich Dad Channel podcast, our financial guru extraordinaire was chatting it up with entrepreneur Clay Clark. What's on the agenda, you ask? Well, the impending doom of the good old US dollar, among other things. Kiyosaki, ever the contrarian, couldn't help but wonder why people just can't seem to let go of those trusty dollar bills. He even humorously pointed out that his own family, being Japanese, clings to paper money like it's going out of style. The Japanese are savers and they save paper. It makes no sense to me, he quipped. Instead of stacking piles of cash, Kiyosaki's game plan revolves around the 4 Gs. It's all about gold, ground, equating to real estate, grub, of course, equating to food, and gasoline. Add a sprinkle of silver and a generous helping of Bitcoin, and you've got yourself a recipe for financial preparedness. Way back in March, Kiyosaki had already foreseen the potential downfall of the USD, likening it to, check this out, toilet paper in the global financial landscape. He firmly believed that silver and gold would step up to replace the greenback once the world collectively shrugged it off like yesterday's news. And when it comes to cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, Kiyosaki's bullish enthusiasm knows no bounds. He hailed Bitcoin as the biggest hedge against criminal money, aka government money, and boldly predicted a next stop for BTC for its price at a cool $135,000. But Kiyosaki just isn't dishing out financial advice. He's pointed fingers at teachers, calling them bureaucrats who lack the chops to educate students about finances and the economy. I couldn't agree with him more. So there you have it, folks. In a world where paper money addiction is real, Kiyosaki is here to remind us that there's more to life than clutching on to dollar bills. It's all about diversifying your assets, being prepared for the unexpected, and maybe, just maybe, hopping on the crypto bandwagon. All right. Let's just go quickly run through the charts real quick. Crypto markets are still remaining strong. Yeah, they're still remaining strong with the crypto market cap at just over 1.3 trillion and BTC dominance. That looks like it's just at 52%. And Ethereum holding it down at 17%, with the Bitcoin golden cross continuing to form. All signs continue to show we are now indefinitely indeed in a bull cycle, or in the early part of a bull cycle. Now basically, a Bitcoin golden cross is a bullish signal in cryptocurrency trading. It occurs when the short-term price trend, which is the $50 average, rises above the long-term trend, 200-day average, suggesting a potential uptrend. Here we are here. Here's our 200-day average right here, and our 50-day average up here. The 50-day average, our 50-day average surged right past our 200-day average, sparking what you see here, an upward trend. Yeah, folks, we're definitely in the early part of the bull cycle. Let's just go back to CMC. There we go. So yeah, we got Bitcoin right now currently trading at just under 35K. Ethereum getting ever close to that $2,000 marker at 1881, up 5% over the last 7 days. BNB still surging at $242, nearly 7% over the last 7 days. XRP is pumping, up nearly 16% over the last 7 days. A lot of that is attributed to news coming out that XRP has been linked to a lot of CBDC projects. So yeah, good time to get into XRP. Solana. Now, Solana, we all know, has just been on fire over the last little bit here, almost 26% over the last 7 days. But I'm still hesitant to degen back into it. As with all the SBF FTX shit and the US government seizure of FTX, where a big chunk of the Solana supply is being held at FTX, the feds could dump Solana at any moment. That could potentially bring downward price pressure. But, overall, with SBF now out of the picture, the Bitcoin Golden Cross forming, more Bitcoin ETF filings to come, and November, Pumpvember, and more goodness for the crypto space should continue for this upcoming week. So that's all for today, and thanks for rocking out with me once again. And I'll see you all tomorrow night for another AI crypto news wrap up. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it out. And as always, fam, take care and stay blessed.